As he adjusts to the valiant New World centuries after the Hyborian Age, Conan the Barbarian has made an exciting detour into the contemporary Marvel Universe, joining the Savage Avengers right away and rescuing the world more than once. Conan finds himself engaged in a heated argument with Ghostrider on the streets of New York City after winning a magnificent residence following the events of King in Black. Even while it seems like the spirit of vengeance has the advantage at first, Johnny Blaze is surprised to learn that the last Cimmerian has faced other Ghost Riders in the past. In Savage Avengers issue number 21, the Cimmerian is reminded of the first terrifying spirit of vengeance Conan encountered in the Hyborian Age by Johnny Blaze's Ghost Rider. Conan, of course, does not recognize who Johnny Blaze is. However, he can surely tell when he sees a warrior with a blazing skull, particularly as he has already witnessed one of Johnny's antecedents in action. Conan and Johnny Blaze battle, and then the Cimmerian is sent back to what appears to be the Hyborian Age. So let us dig deeper and find out more about the Ghost Rider in our video today. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Hyboria Ghost Rider backstory explored. While Johnny Blaze, that's Robbie Reyes, served as an Avenger, Johnny Blaze, the Ghost Rider, served as King of Hell. When the 2019 Ghost Rider series was abruptly cancelled, the subplot was about to come to a head. It was recently resolved in the King in Black Ghost Rider 1, when he gave the kingdom back to Mephisto to prevent Lilith from claiming it. He is now simply a regular spirit of vengeance. Let us talk more about issue number 21 in detail. After having a dream in which Conan Garth has killed him and all of his most recent companions, Conan awakens. In the Hellfire Club, he is seen exchanging some furs with two women in front of a roaring fire. He tosses it in the furnace because a painting of Sebastian Shaw appears to be looking down disapprovingly. Emma Frost arrives and identifies herself as the club's White Queen. She explains to him that Conan requested to be allowed to stay here till the wizard is defeated as a favor from Wolverine. She says she will consent to him taking care of the home for the time, taking a sip from the remaining wine bottle. She uses her mind to stop the Cimmerian from assaulting her, even if he does not like her tone, and she walks away. Conan too departs in a foul temper and searches for a diversion. He discovers it at a gathering of individuals who commit themselves to murdering one another when under the impact of Garth. He awakens everyone else in the building, but the Ghost Rider, that's Johnny Blaze, attacks him because he can smell the KG stain on him. Well, Conan has battled Garth numerous times and he has been embittered by him. The Barbarian hangs from Ghost Rider's chain as he rides his blazing motorcycle at the edge of the building. Blaze's hooked chain and Conan's subdued Clinta symbiote help them both avoid falling to the ground as Conan pulls him off the bike. Then the bike topples over upon its owner. In the Hyborian Age, Conan recalls encountering a Ghost Rider who was riding a massive spider. The Ghost Rider spared the Cimmerian from the mission of killing a dictatorial monarch, which he has been assigned to do. This Ghost Rider now claims that KG has entered his living nightmare and that he has dreamt of Conan serving the wizard. They then again engage in combat, with the Barbarian using the symbiote as a weapon to stab his opponent in the chest. A spirit of vengeance who answers with his penance stare, which rocks his foe, cannot be killed by that. To halt the stare, Conan responds by hitting Ghost Rider in the head with a zombie infection and then attempting to gouge his eyes out. However, doing so only causes it to explode in extremely violent ways. And when Conan's eyes open again, he is back in his own age in Aquilonia. In the previous edition, horrific dreams tormented New Yorkers. Conan attempted to save a few people but was assaulted by Johnny Blaze's Ghost Rider, who was obsessed with Conan Garth and saw a link between the Barbarian and the wizard. Conan seems to have been returned to Aquilonia in the Hyborian Age during the battle. Let's find out what happens in issue number 22 now. There are young girls frolicking on the sidewalks and giving out flowers, each with a sun symbol on their brow. The flower smells awful and is covered with spiders. Conan tries to determine what year he is in by questioning one of them regarding the present monarch, but she does not seem to get what he means. The Cimmerian is then assaulted by a guy riding a huge spider. The man is holding a chain, and both of their heads are burning. Conan is accused of entering his nightmares and of being a friend of Conan Garth by the man. He is also a Ghost Rider who the populace appears to idolize. He is a spirit of vengeance, replete with penance stare. Conan pulls the guy away from his horse, but the spider shoots him with venom, knocking him out and finding himself dangling next to someone else while bundling up in a cobweb. He escapes and frees the other, who is revealed to be Johnny Blaze, sans his Ghost Rider ability. He turns to confront the werewolves that inhabit his nightmare and takes a sword from a nearby skeleton. The battle is joined when Conan's domesticated venom symbiote assumes the shape of a black axe. However, immediately after being bitten and overpowered, both men are seated on horses with executioners' nooses around their necks in the next scene. And there, before them, on his stallion Dreamstalker, is Nightmare, who states that all those mentioned above and the prior incident were his efforts to get in touch with Conan. Because the Cimmerian claims he does not fear nightmares, Nightmare shoots their horses, knocking them off their feet and leaving the two hanging by their necks. And he claims that everyone experiences terror. We learn that Conan would pass away in bed, barefoot, unable to raise his sword. The young barbarian then faces Nightmare, who now informs him that Kulangath has also seized control of his land. But he is aware that the Cimmerian, who has once murdered him and might be willing to do it again, is Keji's worst fear. Conan can now awaken from his dream, but Nightmare advises him to visit Dr. Strange first. He and Blaze now genuinely awaken in an alleyway. Conan claims that he will speak with Dr. Strange. The Cimmerian already had direct access to Strange's home in Greenwich Village. Johnny requests to be included in Kulangath's punishment. He enters the house after knocking to find the doctor treating Shuma Gorath. The Cimmerian strikes out at Johnny's fiery skull when Ghostrider uses his penance stare to try to hit Conan again. Conan is unintentionally sent back to the Hyborian age and his prior experience with a Ghostrider from that time period complete with a huge fiery spider. Marvelous verdict. Since leaving the Hyborian age well during the Avengers' No Surrender storyline, Conan has been lost in time for a considerable amount of time. Conan has established a home for himself and battled alongside and against some of the biggest villains and heroes in the universe, quickly demonstrating that he is more than capable of taking on the most lethal adversaries in the current Marvel universe. Conan has demonstrated in the past that he is more than just an equal to Johnny Blaze, as well as his fearsome penance stare against Ghostrider. And the Cimmerian's exploits in the contemporary Marvel universe might have finally come to an untimely end, as this showdown sends Conan flying back to his original era. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.